Hey guys, so today's video is a request. I apologize if you hear this weird noise in the background. My child just woke up and he is sitting in his little swing. He's buckled in. He's been rolling around like crazy, which is adorable, but also like, I keep an eye on him everywhere he's at. So hopefully that will appease him while I'm filming. Today's request was from Brent Thompson Sr., so thank you, Brent, for the request, and it was about the life and death of John Ritter. I love John Ritter. I can't say that I've seen all of John Ritter's stuff. I have not, but John Ritter always really, and my dad always said he got this his whole life, ever since Three's Company, basically. John Ritter reminded me of my dad so much. They look alike, they sort of acted alike, they just had the same kind of personality and presence, I guess. So I've always had a soft spot for him, and I was very heartbroken when he passed. So I'll get into sort of a little bit of his personal life, a little bit of his resume, and then what happened on the day he died. The anniversary of which is coming up because he actually died on 9/11 of 2003, not 9/11/01, but 2 years later. So John Ritter, if you haven't heard of him, was an American actor and comedian. He made guest appearances on The Mary Tyler Moore Show and The Waltons in 1970, Hawaii Five-0 in 1971, and MASH in 1973 before landing the role of Jack Tripper in Three's Company. Now, Three's Company, I feel, was pretty progressive for its time, even though if you look back, there's probably a lot of not so great jokes in it. But if you've never seen Three's Company, it was a really funny show. I used to watch the reruns growing up, and basically a guy and two girls wanted to get an apartment together, but it was the early 70s and that wasn't appropriate. So they tricked their landlord, who was, what's his name from, I can't think of anything right now. The Andy Griffith Show. The deputy or whatever his name was. Someone comment below what it was, because I know and I can't think of his name. Barney Fife. Anywho, they trick him into thinking that Jack Tripper is gay. And that's why it's okay that he lives there with those two girls. They're not going to be promiscuous with each other because he's not interested in them. And that's pretty progressive for the very early 70s. But it was always just a funny premise and a funny show. And anywho, I'm just going on about Three's Company. But to continue with his career, along with hosting and starring in various TV specials, he did form his own production company in 1984. And I'll talk more, like I said, about his career in a moment. Now, Jonathan Southworth Ritter was his full name, was born on September 17th of 1948 in Burbank, California. He was the son of a country singer and actor by the name of Tex Ritter, as well as actress Dorothy Faye Southworth. Ritter and his older brother Tom grew up surrounded by show business. Now, because of this, John never really had childhood aspirations of being in show business. On the contrary, he wanted to, he had ideas of staying away from that, and even at one point in his life, going into politics. I keep saying a lot today. I'm really sorry. My brain isn't working lately. That's okay. He attended Hollywood High School and the University of Southern California, where he majored in psychology and minored in architecture. However, after 2 years, he was persuaded by leading drama coach and actress Nina Foch, who you may have, I'm sure you've seen her before and would recognize her. You may have heard her name if you're into acting or anything. She is amazing, and she's a really good actress. I've seen her in a lot of stuff. She's funny. She convinced him to change his, or to join a drama class, and then he changed his major to theater arts. While still in college, he even traveled to the United Kingdom, the Netherlands, and West Germany to perform in plays. Graduating from the University of Southern California with a Bachelor of Fine Arts in drama. He graduated either in 1970 or 1971. There's contradicting information about that online, so I will just say one of those two. Now, from 1968 to 1969, Ritter did these stage performances in Europe, including performing in Love Letters, The Glass Menagerie, and As You Like It. Returning to the U.S., he made guest appearances, as I stated, on The Mary Tyler Moore Show, The Waltons, etc. And he landed the role of Jack Tripper in 1977. Let's see here. I'm so sorry. I'm losing my spot. You know, I actually got sleep last night, and now I can't even, follow my own notes. His performance in Three's Company earned him a Golden Globe in 1983 and an Emmy in 1984. Now, along with hosting and starring in various TV specials, including ABC's John Ritter, Being of Sound Mind and Body, he formed his own production company called Adam Productions in 1984. It was with this company that Ritter produced and starred in the comedy drama Hooperman, for which he earned critical acclaim. On the big screen, Ritter appeared in a few comedies that played to his gift of physical humor. These included Real Men in 1987 and Problem Child in 1990. In 1977, Ritter married actress Nancy Morgan, with whom he had 3 children: Jason, who is an actor now, Carly, and Tyler, who I believe is also an actor. I am so sorry if you just heard that. Someone is doing some business. Someone's getting, you get it. Okay, anyhow. Let's see here. Ritter and his first wife, Nancy, divorced in 1996, and then he married actress Amy Yazbek in 1999. They had a child together the year previous in 1998. Now, Yazbek, you would probably recognize if you're familiar with any of his films. She played the love interest in the first 2 Problem Child movies, though it was 2 separate characters. So she was like his wife in the first one, and I forget, she was just like a girlfriend or something in the second one, but it was like a separate character completely. She also played Ritter's wife in 2 sitcom appearances. Ritter played Claude Pichon, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, in The Dinner Party in the year 2000 at the Music Box Theater on Broadway. He won the Theater Award in 2001 for his appearance in that work, for his performance rather. In 2003, Ritter made his final stage appearance in All About Eve, which I love that film. Would love to see a stage performance of it. He played Bill, I believe. Now, from 2002 to 2003, when he passed, he starred in the TV show 8 Simple Rules for Dating My Teenage Daughter, alongside Kaylee Cuoco, who is pretty famous for being in The Big Bang Theory, and Katie Sagal, who I'm sure you all know Katie Sagal. She was in Married with Children. She played Peg Bundy, and she did the voice of Layla in Futurama, among a million other things. Now, the day of his death was September the 11th, 2003. Ritter had fallen ill while rehearsing for 8 Simple Rules. He was sweating profusely, vomiting, and complained of having chest pains. He was taken to the Providence St. Joseph Medical Center across the street, which is actually the same hospital that he was born in, at 6 p.m. that evening. That's my coffee machine turning off, and I haven't finished my coffee yet. Ritter was initially treated by emergency room physicians for a heart attack. However, his condition quickly worsened. Physicians then identified that Ritter had an aortic dissection, and he was pronounced dead at 10:48 p.m. He was 54 years old, 6 days before his 55th birthday. A private funeral was held on September 15th of 2003 in Los Angeles, after which Ritter was interred at Forest Lawn Hollywood Hills Cemetery in the Hollywood Hills of Los Angeles. In 2008, Ritter's widow, Amy Yazbek, on behalf of herself and Ritter's children, filed lawsuits against doctors involved in Ritter's treatment and against Providence St. Joseph Medical Center in Burbank. The lawsuits were settled, the lawsuits against the hospital, were settled out of court for $9.4 million. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. If you're still watching and you just heard that, please let me know in the comments because I'm so sorry. This is serious and you're cracking me up. You gotta stop. I apologize. I'm so sorry, John Ritter. I'm sorry. A $67 million wrongful death lawsuit against two of the physicians, radiologist Matthew Loish, I'm sure I'm butchering that, and cardiologist Joseph Lee went to trial. Yazbek accused Lee, who treated Ritter on the day of his death, of misdiagnosing his condition as a heart attack. And Latish, I'm so sorry, who had given him a full body scan 2 years earlier, of failing at that time to detect an enlargement of Ritter's aorta. In 2008, at the Los Angeles County Superior Court, the jury concluded, that the doctors who treated Ritter the day he died were not negligent and thus were not responsible for his death. I'm not sure how she knew whether or not there was an enlargement of his aorta, or maybe she got a copy of the scan and went back and someone else told her, yeah, that was enlarged. They should have pointed it out at that time. But regardless of which, it did lead to an aortic dissection. Dissection, is that what I said? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. This video is just a mess of me, like, messing up my own notes. In 2004, shortly after his death, Ritter was nominated posthumously for an Emmy for his role in 8 Simple Rules. The show later renamed just 8 Simple Rules instead of For Dating My Teenage Daughter. Continued for 2 more seasons until its cancellation in April of 2005. His final films, Bad Santa and Clifford's Really Big Movie, were dedicated in memory of the actor. On June 6, 2008, a mural of Ritter, painted by Eloy Torres, was dedicated at Hollywood High School. Off camera, Ritter was devoted to the United Cerebral Palsy Foundation, and starting in 1977, he and his brother Tom, who had triumphed over the disease, hosted the annual telethon, raising millions of dollars for the organization. And after his death in October of 2003, just weeks later, his widow, Amy Yazbek, and their family created the John Ritter Foundation for Aortic Health, with the purpose being to improve the identification of individuals at risk for aortic dissections and the treatment of thoracic aortic disease through medical research. The foundation also seeks to provide accurate information to the general public about the disease and its risk factors, along with support to individuals who have thoracic aortic disease or have lost a loved one to the disease. So it's wonderful that this was created in his memory and that it has helped to raise awareness and hopefully save lives of those who have the same issue that he did and, like him, didn't know it. So I think that's really wonderful that they made that in his memory, and I think he would be really proud of that. So that is a basic overview of the life and death of John Ritter. I hope that you enjoyed this. I'm so sorry that this was just a mess of me, and him just getting distracted. But thank you again, Brent, for the request. I'm so sorry this is such a mess. I'm so sorry. If you guys liked this video, please hit the thumbs up button below. If you guys heard my son pooping in his diaper, please hit the thumbs up below. If you guys have any suggestions for videos, true crime or otherwise, please leave those in the comments below. If you'd like to see more videos, please hit the subscribe button as I upload new videos every Wednesday. And other than that, I will see you guys next week.